Okay, so this is my part two for my review and summary of my current process in following the KonMari methodology. So these are the categories, and this is the order that she suggests that you start to go through your home in doing your whole purging and identifying those items that spark joy for you. Clothing is the first category, then books, then papers, miscellaneous, and then sentimental items. And you can further break down those categories, like if for your clothing, if you want to do all of your tops and all of your bottoms or what have you. But the reason that this order is important is because clothes, as I mentioned in part one, are the easiest items to get rid of or to release, if they don't spark joy. Whereas when you get down to your sentimental items, it's very easy to just say, well, I want to keep it all. But even with your sentimental items, sometimes we keep things that, again, have served their purpose, and you'll always have your memories. Now, you may feel differently, and that's perfectly fine, and I respect that, especially if you have a lot of space to store all of your sentimental items. I don't have the luxury of that space, so everything can't be sentimental to me. Some things I'm going to have to rely on my memory or a picture of that sentimental item. And one of the examples that she gave in her book is she was working with a client that I think that client had a lot of magazines, and they were keeping the magazines because each magazine had an article in it that he or she wanted to read, or an article that he or she really loved. So they were keeping the entire magazine for a few articles. So her suggestion was that, and I hope I'm remembering exactly the way that this went, but this is the spirit of the scenario. Her suggestion was to tear out each article that you wanted, that person wanted, and consolidate all of those articles into, I think, a notebook or a folder or something. Then throw away the magazines. And you can always just go through that folder or notebook, anytime you want, and reread the articles that you want. But I think that what she found is that when she revisited that client, the client revealed that he or she actually had not even gone through the consolidated portion of the articles. They hadn't even gone through the notebook or the folder. So at that point, they were actually able and ready to release all of it. So some people have to go through kind of more of a tiered approach to releasing items, because they can't bear the thought of just getting rid of everything all at once. But, if you can do like a step down approach, then that works too. I think for all of her clients, she revisits them some months later just to see how things are going and how they've implemented the ideas that she has suggested. So I will be starting with my clothes, and I'm going to do, I think, a little walk through my home so that you can see the areas in particular that I am going to be tackling. And yeah, one of the closets, which serves as like my main storage, I really don't know what's in there. And so yeah, that's going to be interesting, because I won't be able to do that particular closet. It won't be, that closet will just be, I guess, the miscellaneous. That's going to be my miscellaneous category. But as I mentioned, like, my clothes are number one, so I just wanted to show you everything that I have pulled out so far, and why I'm going to be getting rid of it. Now, something interesting, I had done this I did like a first pass through my closet, and there were a few blouses that I kept, and I just happened to put one of those on this morning for work, and when I put it on, it just was not hanging right, and I think it's because I'm a little bit smaller on top now, or a little bit more narrow. and it just wasn't fitting right. And I turned around, I kept it on the entire time I was getting ready, and then at the last minute I took it off and put it in the spare room where I'm accumulating all of the things that I'm going to get rid of. So it made it through the first pass, but again, it didn't make it through that second pass. So that was, kind of my tiered approach. And I think there's probably going to be a few more items in my closet that fall into that, that happens to. And my sister, even I had texted my sister and my mom the picture of all of the items that I'm getting rid of in my first pass. And my sister said, well, what do you, if you get rid of all that, what are you going to be wearing? And it will be, I still have plenty. But there are a few items that I do want to pick up, because there's a certain vision that I have from my wardrobe that I will definitely have to pick up some items. One of the things that I don't like about my wardrobe, as you'll see when I show you the things that I've pulled out, are I have way too many prints, way too many flowers and loud prints. And I'm just tired of flowers and prints. Those patterns don't bring me joy. So a lot of that is what you'll see, so, don't judge me. Those are items that I loved at some point in my life, but, now I don't. I don't know if I mentioned why it's important. Another reason that it's important to bring all of your clothes from every area of your house, because if you don't, then you're pretty much going to be duplicating the same process for each area that you have clothes. So for instance, if you don't pull all of your clothes together, then your clothes in closet A, you go through that and you say, okay, these are the items that spark joy, and these are items I'm going to keep. But if you stack them up against the clothes in closet B, you may be making a different assessment of those items. So you really have to see all of your items together. And another advantage to bringing them all together is that you can see your duplicates. You may have duplications of items that are just really too similar to keep. Or, you may not even realize what you have. You may not even know what you have. So then, you go shopping and you buy something that basically you already have something that fits that criteria. So anyway, you get my point. Let me see, is there anything else that I wanted to bring out? I think that's pretty much it. I will follow up at the end if I think of anything else. But for right now, let me just go and show you the things that I have pulled out. Okay, I'm standing at my front door and just wanted to give a quick overview. So this is my kitchen, which you all have gotten a view of many, many times before. Then I have a pretty simple dining area, not much there. And so then go into my living room, and the lighting isn't too good here, but you'll get the idea. So this is the piece that I selected just recently because it just, I liked that it allowed for more light and space in my living room. So as I mentioned, I do like, earth tones. I like greenery. I love seeing plants and just things that are living. So I do have quite a few plants for me. Actually, I purged a lot of plants, believe it or not. So, that is my one storage closet, which, let me open it. Dun, dun, dun. That is my storage closet. This will be an area that I will go through one day all by itself. That will be my miscellaneous category. I know that up there, that basket has a lot of yarn. I used to crochet, but I have not crocheted in probably a couple years. There's some Christmas items and just some miscellaneous items. I have no idea what's in that Lowe's box. That would have been in there from the last time that I moved, and I moved maybe 3 years ago. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is my storage closet because I don't have a basement or anything. So that's the stuff that you would typically have in your basement. So again, that's my sofa area, and I love scents. That's very important to me. So if you come into my house, like most often than not, you're going to see and smell a candle burning. That's just what I love. That's my fireplace and mantle area. Sorry for the shaky hand. And see if I can get a shot of that. Lighting's not too good, but yeah. And TV trays, and that's that.
Okay, so now I'm going to go into the spare room where I have dumped all of the clothes. Before I go back into the spare room, I forgot about this room. This is what I called my Zen room. It's not a bedroom because it doesn't have a closet, but it's just a little den. It could be a den, but I have my this thing here, which is not bringing me joy. But yeah, this room is just, it's just a mishmash of things that actually do make me happy. Those are, when you do those paint and sip type things, that's what most of these are that I've done. My best friend and I did those. I think my mom did that one. But yeah, that's from paint and sip type things. This map I love. Okay, you guys know I'm learning Spanish, and my sister recently got me this. It's a map in Spanish, a map in Spanish. So yeah, and then I love turtles, but all of this will be included in my purge of this room when I do my miscellaneous. I love this saying. I may try to make that my thumbnail. But yeah, this is a little problem area here. Yep, over behind these. These are storage units, storage benches. So that will be a project. This is going to be my papers and books category. But yeah, that stuff kind of tucked over there in the corner. Yep, my secret is out. And then these are just some pictures and things. Yeah, I was supposed to come in this room and do yoga. Yoga mat is there waiting for me. And then I would get up and I'd get on my bike. And yeah. Okay, so now I'm going into the spare room where I have accumulated the clothes that I am no longer keeping because these items just simply do not bring me joy.
Okay, patterns, patterns, patterns. I'm going to very quickly just run through here so you can just see what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna hold them up too long. You can just get an idea. Look at that, shiny. Patterns. This is inside out, but patterns galore. I actually made this, but yeah, whatever. Patterns. Patterns. So you get the idea. And this is, this is not how I want to dress. So I will be sharing more of my journey with you as I go through this process. I will get rid of this stuff. I'm going to bundle it all up and take it to the Goodwill and focus on buying things that I really love. Like at this point, I'm not going to buy anything. My mission is to not buy anything unless I really love it. Like it has to spark joy, because then I know that everything I have, I'll love. I won't have a problem getting up, getting dressed in the morning, because everything will spark joy. So thank you for watching. Come along with me on this journey. If you have done this process, please share. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it went for you, or if you are interested in it, then join me, please. We can keep each other motivated. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off here. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.